Hola, friends. My name is Dr. Sofia Rivera. I'm a pediatrician, that means I'm a children's doctor, and I live right here in New York City. I was born in Puerto Rico, but I grew up between San Juan and the Bronx. Now, I work at a children's hospital in Manhattan. If you're learning English, this story will help you practice how to talk about your daily routine in simple, slow, and natural English. I'll tell you what I do every day, from the moment I wake up until I go to bed. You can listen, repeat, and learn how to describe your own daily routine in English. You can also find more English learning lessons on Udemy. And if you'd like to support this channel's work, you can visit my page on Buy Me a Coffee. Every donation helps me keep creating free English learning stories for you. Now, let's begin our day together. I usually wake up around 6 o'clock in the morning. The first sound I hear is my alarm, and then the noise of the city, cars, buses, people walking outside. New York never sleeps. I open my eyes, stretch my arms, and smile. I say softly, "Good morning, Sophia." Another beautiful day. I get out of bed, walk to the window, and look outside. The sun is rising, and the light touches the tall buildings. It's peaceful for a moment, before the day becomes busy. I like that quiet time. Next, I brush my teeth and wash my face. I use cold water, it helps me wake up. Then I make my bed. It's a small habit, but it makes my room look neat and organized. For breakfast, I keep it simple. I make oatmeal with cinnamon, banana, and a little honey, a taste from my Puerto Rican childhood. Sometimes I make coffee, but most days I drink tea with milk. I sit at my kitchen table, eat slowly, and think about my patients, the children I'll see today. After breakfast, I take a shower and get dressed. My clothes are always clean and comfortable, usually light blue scrubs and my white doctor's coat. I put on small earrings and tie my hair in a bun. Then I put on my watch, it helps me stay on schedule. Before I leave, I check my bag. I make sure I have my stethoscope, ID badge, phone, notebook, and a bottle of water. I take a deep breath and say, "Okay, let's go help some kids." I leave my apartment around 6:45 a.m. I live in Queens, so I take the subway to Manhattan. The station is close, just a 5-minute walk. I like walking in the morning air. Sometimes it's cool, sometimes humid, but it always feels alive. When I reach the subway, I tap my Metro card and go down the steps. There are people everywhere, students, workers, tourists, everyone going somewhere. I find a seat if I can, or I stand and hold the metal pole. The train moves fast. I listen to soft salsa or English podcasts to practice pronunciation. I often read my notes for the day, which patients I'll see, what follow-ups I need to do. The ride takes about 30 minutes. I see people reading, sleeping, or drinking coffee. I love watching them, every face tells a story. When the announcer says, "Next stop, 59th Street, Lexington Avenue," I know I'm almost there. I get off the train, walk up the stairs, and feel the warm city air. I walk a few blocks to the hospital, passing coffee shops and food carts. The smell of fresh bagels and espresso fills the street. I smile, this is my city. I arrive at the hospital around 7:30 a.m. I say good morning to the receptionist and my coworkers. Everyone here is kind, busy, and dedicated. Working in a children's hospital is hard, but it's full of love. First, I go to my office and check my schedule. I see which children I'll visit today. Some are newborn babies, some are toddlers, and some are teenagers. I wash my hands, put on my coat, and start rounds. That means visiting each patient one by one. My first patient is a baby girl who had surgery last week. She's sleeping peacefully. Her mom looks tired but smiles when she sees me. I check the baby's heartbeat and temperature. I say softly, "She's doing great, Mama. You're doing a wonderful job." The mother looks relieved. I love those moments when my words give comfort. Next, I visit a little boy with asthma. He's only 5 years old, and he's scared of the breathing machine. I kneel beside him and say, "It's okay, mi amor. This machine helps your lungs breathe better. Let's do it together." I take a deep breath, and he copies me. Slowly, he starts to smile. Moments like this remind me why I became a doctor. I move from room to room, checking patients, writing notes, talking with nurses. Each child is different, each story unique. Some days are emotional, but I try to stay strong and gentle. Children feel your energy, they know when you care. Around 12:30 p.m., I take a lunch break. I usually go to the hospital cafeteria. I choose something healthy, rice, chicken, and vegetables. Sometimes I call my parents in Puerto Rico or my younger sister who lives in Miami. My mom always asks, "Did you eat, Mija?" And I laugh and say, "Yes, Mama, I did." After lunch, I walk outside for a few minutes. Fresh air helps me reset. I like to sit on a bench near the hospital garden. There are flowers, trees, and the sound of birds. It's small, but it feels peaceful. The afternoons are usually full of appointments. I see patients for checkups, vaccinations, growth measurements, and school physicals. I love when kids tell me stories about school or friends. One girl told me proudly, "Dr. Rivera, I can read a whole book now." I smiled and said, "That's wonderful. You're growing not just in height, but in knowledge." When parents ask questions in Spanish, I switch easily. Being bilingual helps me connect. I explain things slowly, making sure they understand. I often say, health starts with understanding. Sometimes, we have emergency cases, a child with a high fever or an allergic reaction. In those moments, I move quickly and stay calm. Inside, my heart races, but my voice stays steady. After helping the child, I take a deep breath and whisper, "Thank you, God." Around 5 o'clock, my official workday ends, but I rarely leave right away. There are always notes to write, test results to review, and families to call. By 6, I finally change out of my coat, say goodbye to the team, and head out. The evening light in New York is beautiful. The tall buildings shine orange and pink. I walk slowly to the subway, stop at a small food cart, and buy a fruit cup or empanada. The vendor always smiles and says, "Good night, doctor." I laugh and wave. People here remember faces, even in a big city. On the train ride home, I often think about the children I saw that day. Some are getting better. Some will need more time. I say a little prayer for each of them in my heart. When I get off the train, the sky is darker. Street lights are on, and people are walking home. I stop by a grocery store to buy milk or bread. I like simple dinners, grilled fish, salad, or soup. Cooking helps me relax. When I reach home around 7:30 p.m., I change into soft clothes, leggings, and a t-shirt. I light a candle and play soft Latin jazz. The smell of vanilla fills the air. I start cooking dinner. As I chop vegetables, I sometimes speak out loud in English, just to practice. I am cutting onions. I am stirring the soup. I am adding salt. It's fun and helps me teach other learners how to think in English. After dinner, I clean up and wash the dishes. Then I make a cup of chamomile tea and sit by the window. I can see the city lights, small stars on the ground. I open my journal and write a few lines. Today, a baby smiled. A mother cried with joy. A little boy learned to breathe without fear. Then I write one more sentence. I am thankful. Before bed, I take a warm shower. The water feels good after a long day on my feet. I put on my pajamas, brush my teeth, and tie my hair in a loose braid. Sometimes I call my friend Maria. She's also a doctor, and we talk about our days. We laugh about the funny things kids say. One little boy once asked me, "Do doctors sleep in the hospital?" I told him, only if we snore quietly. Before sleeping, I read a few pages from a book, sometimes English, sometimes Spanish. Reading in both languages keeps my mind sharp. My favorite books are stories of hope and kindness. Finally, I turn off the light and say, "Gracias por este día." That means, thank you for this day. I close my eyes, and soon, I'm asleep. On weekends, my routine is different. I don't wake up as early. I go for a walk in the park, call my parents, or visit my friends. Sometimes I volunteer at a free clinic or help with community health talks in Spanish. It feels good to give back. I also do laundry, cook for the week, and clean my apartment. Life is busy, but I am grateful. If you're learning English, notice how I use simple words to talk about my day. You can do the same. Let's review together. I wake up at 6. I brush my teeth. I eat breakfast. I go to work. I help people. I come home. I eat dinner. I go to bed. These are simple but powerful sentences. Practice them every day. You can change the words to match your life. For example, I go to school. I study English. I cook dinner. Remember, speaking English is like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. You don't need perfect grammar. You need practice and confidence. When you listen to stories like this one, you learn how native speakers use rhythm and emotion. Try repeating after me. Speak slowly and clearly. It's not just about words, it's about feeling. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope my story helped you learn new words and understand how to describe your daily routine in English. If you want to study more, check out full English learning lessons on Udemy. There you'll find vocabulary practice, pronunciation tips, grammar, and other real-life connections. And if you'd like to support this channel's English content work, visit my page on Buy Me a Coffee. Every small donation helps me create more stories like this one for English learners around the world. Before you go, please remember to subscribe to my channel, like and share this video, and leave a friendly comment below. Tell me where you're learning from, and share one sentence about your day. I love reading your messages. I'm Dr. Sofia Rivera, pediatrician, proud Puerto Rican, and lover of learning and kindness. Thank you for being here with me today. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and remember, English is a journey. You are already on your way and doing great. See you next time, my friends. Stay kind, stay curious, and keep smiling. Buenos noches, and sweet dreams.